celebrate. We got the Pikachu blanket in the background, trying to make the the presence, the camera presence, the everything a little bit better. But it's also recognizing that this is all temporary, man. Like, this is all gonna disappear. So you gotta enjoy this moment while it's here. This sweater that I'm wearing right now, I wear this sweater all the time because I love it, and I get complimented on it all the time. The whole like one way now I'm different thing that changed was God, was Jesus showing up over and over and over again, because that's what God does. We got some granola on deck. Don't really have much snacks. Went on a walk today, which was good, and got my 10,000 steps in. Worked for the Friends startup. It's been a day. We showed up for future me today. We did. We did. There's one point where there's something I saw on social media, this acquaintance shared, and I was like, it just got me feeling not very good. And I was like, God, that's stupid. Why did I see that? Like, that's dumb. And then we handled that frustration and upsetness into my purpose, which, working towards becoming a better instrument for God, working towards being a better me. We're showing up for me right now. This is good. Good. This is really good. This is fantastic. I feel fantastic right now. This is great. I worked like 5 hours straight, just locked in, just getting things done. No calls, no nothing. No nothing else except me and work. It was great. I feel very good right now, which is awesome. I'm going to play probably some Kirby or whatever. I don't care. It's like when you've done what you needed to do that day, you need to reward yourself. And this is something I struggle with sometimes in college. I'd be like, no, that's the bare minimum, or that's good, but it's like I got to do more to reward myself. It's like, no, dude, celebrate, cherish this here and now, dude. I know that playing video games can be like a good thing, help me like calm down and chill out, and it's fun to see what the developers cooked up in their games and see stuff. It's cool seeing that stuff happen, so why not? You know? I need a haircut. That's true. But today we showed up for future me. We did. I said no to the temptation. I said yes to my purpose. Yes. This is all we are asking for. This is all we're asking for right now. No, I don't think that my life is set up well enough for a girl yet. I don't think we're at that point yet, and that's okay. I gotta keep saying yes to my purpose over and over again, and things have to get into a better place. But I believe we're on the path. We're on the path. We're getting into a better place. I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, with luck, I think that luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So I think that's one thing. And you just got to show up for yourself and play your own game. Understand the game playing. So, hello, Aylin. I hope you're well. Yeah, so I watched this video from Ali Abdal, who I remember before he had 1 million subscribers. Been in this game for a long time, but he's talking about knowing the game you're playing, showing up at that level, and just continuously putting in work that is necessary. He talked about 3 different things. He talked about, or more of this, not this. This looks like 1, but it's actually 3. All about how you look at it. So he was talking about how you got to be able to do the work, sell the work, and admin the work. So we got the work, the stuff you got to do every day for running. This is track. This is putting it on the court. This is everything. This is all that kind of stuff. You have to do that. If you do not do that, there's no way in this world you're going to be able to succeed at a really deep, consistent level. And that's the problem. If like maybe you succeed at a consistent level, maybe you're able to help out people, but like at a deep, consistent level, you need to show up at the things that you need to show up for. So I'm doing sales, my friend's startup right now. So that's something I'm doing. Today we just gathered phone numbers. That's what I did for 5 hours straight. That's all I did. I typed in these addresses. I typed in these businesses. All I did was I typed in phone numbers. And I didn't type in, I typed in phone numbers into our database. That's all I did. Tomorrow I'll call them. And it may not go super great, okay? This is part of the path. There is me wanting to speak at schools and all that other stuff. And what I'm coming to find out is that will come. For what I need to do right now, show up for future me, however that looks, and be okay with just kind of starting out. I've been rewatching. Well, I've already watched some of it off and on, but right now I'm going through the Pokemon. I'm going through it. I just finished season 1. Some people would say that's kiddish, that's stupid. See, the thing about Ash was he wanted to be the greatest ever was. See, I want to be the best me that I can possibly be, and better than any other Dallin Candland that has ever existed. And that requires showing up at a certain level. That requires training the Pokemon. You got Pikachu right there. So I've been understanding and appreciating the Ash Pikachu dynamic more than I ever have. There's been times where Ash gets thrown into danger. Like there's this episode I just watched in season 2, right? Ash is trying to protect the group, as he often does, and he throws himself into danger, or rather, he slips into danger. He's seen this Onyx. Onyx is like this big, giant Pokemon, and in this episode, there's these giant Onyxes, and Ash is cooked. Like he's like he doesn't have any Pokemon with him. Pikachu throws himself into the danger to be there for Ash, and Pikachu is literally an electric type, so he can't do nothing to the Onyx. Pikachu still throws himself out there. It's like throwing this into like trusting God. Like, do you trust God enough to know that you are weak to something, and God is telling you to go into something, and do you trust them enough to throw yourself out there? That's the question. I know of people that they have some social anxiety or something like that, and that's a real thing. You know, it's a real thing. And yet they are teaching at schools and stuff like that because that's what they feel like they need to do. So it's trusting that. And the Ash Pikachu dynamic is pretty beautiful. At first, Pikachu didn't really trust Ash, just kind of playing around with him, pulling his leg and not trusting him. And then you see in the series how it gets real. You see Ash like literally sacrificing himself for Pikachu multiple times with different things. So yeah, we're just flexing on it. That's all we're doing. Yeah, Mom knows what's up. We're just flexing on it. It's being okay with the path I'm on being a long game path and just showing up in this little way, just 4 or 5 hours, more than enough. Like I feel great. I feel like I could sleep. If I wake up whenever, I feel pretty good. Like I feel like I've fed my mind with some really good stuff, some top tier stuff, some church talk, some other talks. Like it's been some good stuff. So I'm able to put out good stuff, which is great. And I said no to temptation when it came knocking, because it's gonna come knocking, especially when you start doing really well. And that's why you're so locked in. I watched some of Dan Martell's video, and it's crazy because I know 100% God put his content in my life, 100%. Because Dan was talking about how he's kind of bouncing all over the place. And then he just started, building his life around his ADHD, like I have ADHD, and he started thriving. He talks about exhausting the body to tame the mind. That's been my case too. When I go and do like a crazy intense workout, I feel way better and I can just lock it and get anything done. I can just focus. Like the last 4-ish hours, I've just been here in this room. That's all I've done. Just me in this room working. That's all I've been doing. There's no calls, no nothing. It's been great. And it's recognizing like there is this like ebb and flow with life. When you don't work, as I have done multiple times since living here, and I stress out instead, or I sleep instead, those are really the only options. I mean, it would be nice if I could waste my time with a really actual fun thing like playing video games or something more chill. Instead of doing that, like when you do that, like it just throws off the dynamic of being yourself. Like you are a human being. You were created to have joy and to have peace of mind and to have purpose and to have love and to have all these different things. And so when you lean so hard on, oh, I'm just going to eat food and I'm just going to do these things, but I'm not actually going to do anything. A lot of things just kind of become stale and you become really susceptible to falling into some temptation or something. And that's not great. That sucks. It's sad. It's tough too, because sometimes we dumb ourselves down and think that we need to like in some kind of box. And so labels can be so damaging and not helpful. So being willing to let go of that kind of stuff. So that's why we're talking about the future you. So I've had times in my life where I've felt like my future me sort of feeling kind of like, or God, and God. Like I feel like those are obviously two separate things. But it's like I feel the like attaboy, like you got this, like you did a good thing. Like probably a couple months ago. This girl I was attracted to, there's this dance, and I asked this girl to dance, and she wasn't really seem like she was dancing with anybody, and it went great. I had a good time. And it just like you put yourself out of your comfort zone. You got that little win. You did something. You tried. Even if you fail. I mean, there's been times I've cold approached a girl in medical and try to get to know them and it just doesn't go anywhere, you know? Or ask if they're single. They're like, no. It's like, oh, right, that's fine. So it's like when you face the rejection and you just are willing to expose yourself to discomfort, you are showing up for future you. You're setting your future self up. I didn't really want to clean my room today, but I cleaned my room today. It doesn't look great. It looks way better than it did yesterday. And there you go. It's easy to stress about things. There's things that deep down my soul is crying out. I'm not even kidding you. However, you have to be okay being like, hey, I know you're like hurt and you feel broken in these different ways. It's like your time will come. Your time to shine will come, different difficult pain and this thing. And until then, we're just going to pursue life, love, peace, purpose, and that's what we're going to do. And so the time will come and it will be a completely different season. See, this is humbling because I was thinking about it of different times where you think, oh, this will always be here. This will always be a thing I do. This will always be this way. And not the case. Dynamics change all the time. Like when I was back at home, back in North Carolina, before I moved out here to Utah, there was times where it would be, I just rinse and repeat, go play basketball with this group of dudes, and it was fun. I had a great time, shared scripture, and everything was good. And then all of a sudden I moved out to Utah, and I don't have that group anymore. I've played basketball like small handful of times. I don't know. Eating granola is not, I don't really know if it's delayed. It's fine. We're just checking in. We just showed up for future me, like way low key, way well. And I'm grateful. And I'm pleased, I'm grateful with today. And I'm just glad. I want to remember how I feel in this moment. Just like, even though I don't have very much money, barely able to pay for rent right now, but I got a job. I have some books. I got some other things cooking up, and we're in a good place. And we just move the ball like this tiny little bit today, but it was a big deal. And somebody come back and watch this and be like, oh, it's got Pikachu in the background. It's like, yeah, it's just like we're just having fun with it. It's still so early. All of this is so early. It's still early. I think if like, I don't know, you think of the morning, for example. And I remember would work, and worked at this potato farm when I was back in college. And we would get there at like 7 a.m. Like, not even kidding. We would dig potatoes from like 7:30 to noon. Then we'd have a little 30-minute lunch break. And then we'd go dig potatoes again from 1 o'clock, 1:30, like 12:30 to like 5:30, sometimes 6, sometimes 6:30. All I'm doing is digging potatoes and counting potatoes. Like, the counting was a nice little break, but usually we were just digging, and it was a lot of work, and it was everything. But the thing with that was the morning can last a pretty long time if you get up early enough and you get moving fast enough. So the beauty of that job, I didn't make a ton of money. It was actually not too bad, decent job. I think I made like 13 or 14 an hour, which wasn't bad for being in college. And it was all manual labor. Like, it was just like, boom. Like, they literally, what they would have us do was we'd go out and we'd be digging, and we'd set these like timers to try to find and pick up as many potatoes as they could, because they were going to get surveyed later. But we tried to find as many as we possibly could. They were definitely getting a deal on us. Especially, it's like a manual labor thing. It's like, yeah, there's like this like 40-year-old guy. It's like, oh yeah, we could do faster. It's like, no, I don't think so. Like, yeah, we got faster over time, and our pay did not go up. Granted, I only did that a month, but it was a great month. I'd get home from work and I'd be sweating. It was like a full workout every day. Like, and it was in the sun. I tanned up. It was great. It was awesome if it was more money. But anyway, it's just the thought that the morning lasts actually a pretty time. You get a lot done in the morning. I feel like in my life, life is really just beginning. It's still morning time. So I say like afternoon is like once you got a couple kids, helping them out with getting to practice, helping them their dreams, all that kind of stuff. And then you got like mid life, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, where you're starting to wind down, getting closer to retiring. And then you got 8, 9, 10, 11, where you're old and you've got some grandkids. You can spend time with them, hang out with them, and you spend a lot of time doing that. You don't spend time thinking about, what could I do for me necessarily, because you've already had all your time. You had your time to do that. Like right now, this is my time to do what I'm doing, to chase a dream, to build a business or something like that. I have time to do that right now. I have a time to take on all the risk. So then when a girl does come into my life and God stops being like, and like making them disappear on me, which is fine. Thank you, God. Thank you for making them all disappear. Yeah. So once that does happen, then she can feel secure in knowing I've been building skills, like, the writing, the sales, all that stuff. It'll come with time. And then we have finally midnight, where you die. If we were thinking of life as a single day, midnight, die. It's over, the next life, all that kind of stuff. Whereas where you begin, it's so early and there's just so much for you. But life will pass in the blinking of an eye. Life is as a single day. There's a hymn that I sing at church, and it just says, "Life is quick in passing. It's like a single day. Like it's gone, bro. It's gone." So time flies by. I remember when I was turning 25. I did a big party at school, and well, not a big party, but it was like 30, 40 people, and it was fun. It was like just the day before, and I had a bunch of friends up, and now we're starting to stack up the numbers. I can still pass for a college student. I go on campus at BYU sometimes and stuff, and that's fun. And I still can pass for a college student. But end of the day, yeah, like one day I'll be looking at this. I'm like, man, I looked really young. Like, yeah. So that's some of the thoughts. It's 10 o'clock now. For my mom, it's midnight, so I hope she's in sleep mode. But yeah, tomorrow we're just gonna get after it, be good. Today we're just chilling, we're grateful. We got the Pikachu blanket in the background, so I think that's a little improvement of as far as the spectacle goes. And today we're just here in my room, so that's a improvement as far as audio quality, because there's not stuff. But anyway, I'm grateful. I'm okay with being me. I'm okay with being right here. I'm okay with not making very much money right now. I'm okay with the YouTube channel not having any subscribers in the grand scheme of things. I'm okay with things being kind of slow right now, because today I feel like I did my future self a solid. I feel like I listened to my purpose, my dream, focus, my vision, my intensity, and made space for those things to actually do something, actually create something, actually build something. Oh, yeah, I mean, today it was just punching in a bunch of phone numbers. But tomorrow, I could get some people on the phone, talk to some people, and it could be really good. Could also really stink. But that's okay. Like, this is just the early days. Like, my friend's startup, like, we're intending to take it really far. And so I'm just in the early days of calling people up on the phone. Really early days. So I've also been thinking about when I visit home, because I'm going to be visiting home in a couple weeks, actually. Do I want that experience to be like? So this is something I could go back and rewatch. I want to be very certain that I do not prioritize work too much. I want to make sure that I put in a lot of work right now, so I don't have to stress as much about work when I get hanging out with family. I want to make sure that I cherish that time, that I make sure I share a lot of love and a lot of just good vibes and stuff with my things. And I don't prioritize, some short-term distraction or something over them. So a lot of this is like early game stuff. It's creating the frame and staying in the frame. So whenever I do get married, and that is years in the future, and I've accepted that, and that's fine. I need to become a more valuable man. I need to get like, I don't necessarily have to get six pack abs, but I do need to get like in a much better shape, financial, all the ways, all the things. And yeah, like when that does finally happen, I need to make sure that I have the clear frame of like, this is who I am, this is what I do. And the girl obviously fits in this story, in this framework, and she has her story and framework, and we work together and it works great, awesome. But I cannot afford to go back to any other previous frame, like pretending I'm single when I'm literally married. So it's like once you're a father, it's there are things that are part of that that are not part of the single life. So I need to make sure that I prioritize that and I live that way and I show up that way because that is what she deserves, obviously. And I think with a lot of us, especially, I love you too, mom. Thank you. Uh, you're awesome. Yeah, it's like I think a lot of us single people, especially the ones who've been single longer, it's just like you're just kind of like, all right, we just gotta like be so intentional and focused, and because like sometimes you'll just get hurt if you just waste, just trying to like make something happen. You're just kind of wasting your time. So it's like let's make something happen. Let's get something rolling while we have the precious time to do so. So yeah, that's really comes to mind is cherishing that and living in that and appreciating that because I'm living right now in a life that I prayed for, but it's way better than I could have imagined. And it's taken time for it to come together, of course. Like living on my own, I'm not living at my parents' house, is a gift. God has graced me with this, and I know it's me with a family and a prosperous career and speaking gigs and stuff. That's what works out. That is what I will have. It's just continuously showing up like I did today. Like if I show up like I did today, and it wasn't perfect, it was not perfect. I talked to some people, added a dude to my email list who was mowing the lawn at this place, and that was great. And like I think it might have just blinked out, but it wasn't perfect. I just showed up, I walked around, I got my 10,000 steps in, I worked, I chilled, I ate food. It wasn't perfect, but it's like this is all that like this like obviously you want it up. Obviously you want to have days that are way 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 more intense. Like today wasn't very intense. Like I got some good things done. But like today was way better than Monday was overall. Like overall. I won't say it was like better in every single respect, but it was definitely better than Monday in terms of like being on my purpose and working and getting things done, which is good. It's like we're making improvements. This is good. But yeah, it doesn't really require too much. I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to like do all this stuff today. And it's like, nah, dude, just like I just showed up and I kind of let the chatter in my head keep chattering. It's like, I know you're not going to shut up, so I'm going to make you shut up by doing stuff. And now the chatter is like turned to it's much hopeful and encouraging. It's like, well, yeah, like you did this, the thing that was kind of difficult. You are going to become a top tier man, like a much more higher level individual, which is good. That's a very good thing. So yeah, we just got to start on more days like today. And it's tough. You got to say no sometimes. I was gonna hang out with a friend. We are gonna go karting and all this stuff. It was great. That was the plan today, and I had to tell him, "Hey, we got to reschedule." Feeling stressed out. I mean, the reality, dude. I think I slept until like 11 today, which isn't as bad as yesterday, but like it's still like, dude, like what are you doing, dude? Like I've had so many times in my life where I get up and I'm just like crushing it. Like from the second I wake up. I've had so many days like that. And so I don't know why, but sometimes living on my own, I don't know what it is. If it's like I'm like pinching myself because like life is like so amazing, like anything could change. Like I just have this crazy belief. crazy trust in God, and it's great. But there's times where I wake up and I just don't want to get after it, which is frustrating. But it's like I have so many days where I showed up like so deep for the world, for myself, for other people, and it's like we just got to stack them up. And it's okay if we have days where we fall off or we stress out or whatever. Like that's okay. Like we just get back on it. So yeah, it's good. It's good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty stinking good. It's good. So yeah, there's a lot on my mind, but overall, this has been a win. There's been times where I'm not even kidding, where it's like I was just stressing out for no reason at all, and I could have just jumped started working. But I think I did a good job of that today. Just like not thinking about it. Just like let's just jump in. Let's just jump in and just get stuff moving. Get my brain focused on a problem, which in the startup, it's like, how do we get more customers? So it's like I jumped in. It's like, okay, let's do some research, do some Googling around. And now I find these phone numbers and we start adding them up. And it's like, okay, we're starting to solve the problem. That's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. Let's keep that going. And this will get better. You're not going to be here forever. See, that's one of the things. I actually made a podcast episode about this on Monday. It's like, no, you're not going to feel this feeling forever. That's literally not going to happen. It's like, right, I feel like high energy, like love, like everything's great. Like things feel amazing right now. But tomorrow when I wake up, I might feel like, I don't want to wake up. I don't want to get up. I don't want to move. And it's because, the brain, let's have like lately, I haven't been doing super good about getting up, which is really bad. So I think of that video from Dan Martell I watched, and he was talking about like how he has all the triggers. So it's like I can be very susceptible to triggers. And that could be a very beautiful thing. Cause like I'm a very curious person with the ADHD and all that stuff. It's like it's a crazy, crazy combo, crazy package, honestly. But he was talking about how he has all these triggers that point him towards his goals, point towards what he wants to do. So like in a way, Pikachu reminds me to like just lock in, train, get things done. Whereas for some people, they see Pikachu and that's like stupid and whatever, and that's fine. But how I look at it, when I was like 5, 6 years old, my parents got me a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Crystal. So this was baked in from like the beginning. I have so many Pokemon names in my brain, so I might as well use the knowledge, right? So I don't know. It's just thoughts. We're moving, we're building, we're believing, we're trusting, we're appreciating the here and now. It's not perfect. Honestly, I think I got 3 hugs today. It was actually all the same dude. But it was like the first one, like there's like the bro hug, then there's like a hug, and then I went back and because I wanted to talk with him more, I just gave him another hug because I'm just kind of a hugger. That was the whole day, and we're still feeling good. So I know I've had days where no hugs the whole day, and you just feel like dead. You just feel like nothing, just like bleh. But today has been good. So there you go. That's it. I spent time today just like not necessarily on my knees in prayer, but like throughout the day, like praying to like who do I need to talk to? What do I need to do? And that's the part I really wanted to come to with this. It's like showing up for your future self right now. You're helping make the future more clear to them. You're helping them see like this is possible, right? So with different things in my life, like once I sold a couple books on Amazon, once on Kindle Unlimited, I had some people buying or people reading on their Kindle Unlimited, so I got paid for that just for them reading. Those kind of things open your eyes, and it's like, oh, it's possible. That's a good, but it's the courage to continue to do those things that got you those results and continuing to show up. For me, it's like continuing to write books, continuing to let my soul be healed, how God intended it to be, and letting these things happen so I can get to a much better place in my life. Even if it takes time, obviously it's going to take time, but this is just a season of the day. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. It's so mind-blowing to me that I've been working for my friend for almost 8 months. And there's been weeks where I didn't work very much at all. And he's just such a good, kind person. He just wants me to be better. And that's just like God too. And there's a compassion, there's a mercy piece that doesn't necessarily come super, easily in a job. But I've gotten that. And I want to be better. I want to be a lot better. And today was good. Today was good. Today was fantastic. Was not perfect, good. We just stack up a bunch of days like today, would be in a good place. I don't think we'd be in a perfect place. Maybe not necessarily where I'd like to be, because I need to do more training with my running. I didn't really run. I walked. I walked a lot, but it's still exercise. I did some planks today too and some push-ups. And it, again, wasn't perfect, but it's like it got me moving and looking. Looking is such a big deal. It got me looking in the direction, which is looking to God, looking at these people that are doing things that I genuinely am inspired by. I watched this video from Elijah Arenas, who is Gilbert Arenas' son. And Gilbert Arenas was like this, really, really good basketball player in NBA and such. And he's training his son like an NBA player already, even though his son's in high school. And so for me, watching that is encouraging and it's beautiful. And there's something really sacred about that. Because that's something I feel like is in the future for me. It's just not here, obviously. But it's beautiful when you can watch something like that and feel encouraged and lifted. And I really felt it. And I really had like a tear, like, dude, like, for real, come to my mind and my eye, not really necessarily to my eye, mind, but to my eye. And it was when Elijah got asked, like, what does he love about his dad? And Elijah's everything. I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. So he's like, we can just talk, we can just do all these things. And it's like, that's kind of the dad I'd like to be in the future. So, but it takes locking the door, walking in, just showing up, getting things done, not putting yourself out there in ways that are weird, just getting it done. Because there's times where I've had the thought, if I show up to this thing, I know I'm forcing it. And there's no reason to do that. There's zero reason to do that. It's like, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Like, it's all that stuff. So it's good. Obviously, I need a haircut. Obviously, there's these things in my life that still need to be improved. Obviously, there's things I still got to work on. However, this is a good place. This is a pretty okay place. Like, if you showed this a couple years ago, I think you would have been like, dang, like, all right, like, it's looking pretty good. And if you showed this to me like 3 years ago, I wouldn't believe you. There's no way I'd believe you. I was in such a dark place a couple years ago. No way in the world would I believe you. I was like, there's no way that's Dallin right there. It's because I'm a different person now. Thing that changed in between was him. God showed up. He always does. He always will. Sometimes it takes time, though. So that is that. I just hope we can keep sticking on these days, keep showing up, keep showing up, keep showing up. And in time, you just never know what could happen. But yeah, remembering how I feel in this moment, because this is a great moment. This is a great day. Not a perfect day, no, but it was a great day. It's a great day. Great day in the life. Focused, got some things done. And yeah, we're not going to drive on longer than needs to. Yeah, probably gonna eat some granola, play some video games, go to bed, and yeah, hopefully have a day like today, except, more work and yeah, more focus and get some things done. So anyway, God is good, God is faithful. He can see what you cannot see. He wants you to see yourself at a higher level. He wants you to see yourself more how he sees you. And when you see yourself more how God sees you, then you will not want, any of these things of this world. Because just like, when you realize that God cares so much about your joy and your peace of mind and your clarity. Now, he's able to bring all these things to your life in his own perfect time. Then you just start to be like, oh yeah, there's no reason for me to like re-download any dating apps or anything like that, which, okay, maybe it works for some people. For me, it did not. And that's okay. So it's like, it's just trusting God's timing, trusting his will, trusting his way. Yeah, that's what I got. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I hope this was beneficial for you in some way. Just keep showing up for future use journey you're on. I love that frame. I also love that frame from Be Your Future Self Now, which is a book that I did not write. It's a good book. And it talks about like how what if you could come back to this present moment as like your 80-year-old self. And the author has this idea, this amazing story. When he's home, normal day, he's like in his 30s or something. And he's like, what if I showed up in this moment as like my 50-year-old self? Like cherishing this moment, feeling this moment, appreciating this moment. It was like you got to go in time travel, right? Mental time travel. And he just cherished the moment and appreciated it a lot more. So I think of like me, you know, your old self coming back to this moment. It's like still on the up and coming. I haven't even done my first paid speaking gig yet. Only got 2 books out. Not even 1,000 email subscribers. I think you would vibe and like to jump back into the day and be like, yeah, like that was a special day. So yeah, I think there's some things obviously we don't want to repeat, and there's mistakes and stuff where it's like, yeah, I don't think I'd like to go back through that. But then there's other days like today where it's like, yeah, that was a good day. That was a fun day. Very free of responsibility. It was just me chilling with me, basically. And it was just a good day hanging with God too. So God is good. He loves you. He's your Father in heaven. He knows your name. He's your potential. He's looking out for you. And I just want to say that in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. So have a fantastic night. And that is what I will say. So God is good. Here, bye. Oh, I just like totally covered, totally covered the camera by accident. That's okay. We're just going to bed. Gonna play some video games, then go to bed. Take care. Bye.